Hello students, today we are going to discuss on a very trending chapter that is robot technology. Well, it sounds very fascinating. In some developed countries like USA, China, Japan, this technology is already used and countries like India, Canada are adopting robotics in various fields such as military, medical, food technology, agriculture, and industrial application, etc. So, before we go to a little depth on the robot topic, let's have a clear vision on certain commonly asked questions such as what is robot? Why do we study robot? What are possible applications on robotics? And how can we instruct a robot to perform any task? Okay, coming to next slide. This is just a brief history on robot. Basically, robot derived from Czech word robota, which means forced labor or servant. The term robot was first time coined by Czech novelist Karel Čapek in 1921 from his play titled Rossum's Universal Robot. According to RIA, that is Robot Institute of America, a robot is a reprogrammable and multifunctional manipulator designed to move material, parts, tools, or specific device through variable programmed motion from the performance of variety of tasks. We can see here there are three important word. First one is reprogrammable, second one is multifunctional, and third one is manipulated design. First we understand these three terms. What is reprogrammable? Reprogrammable means one robot can perform variety of tasks by changing their different program or by putting different program to perform variety of tasks by a single robot. Second one is multifunctional. What is multifunctional? Multifunctional means one robot can used in different area of applications. One single robot. And manipulator means that is the base is fixed and that can be similar to our human shoulder. So here we understand a robot is a reprogrammable, multifunctional and manipulator design to move materials, parts, tools or special devices through variable program motion for the performance of variety of tasks. That means a robot can used in different area of application by using different program or a specific program for specific work, and that program the control whole the robot, that program function the whole robot in different purpose. Now we discussed what area of applications of an robot. There are different area where robot can work. First one is industrial applications. In industries, it used in material handling, material transfer, material loading and unloading, spot welding, continuous arc welding, spray coating, assembly, inspection. Inspection in the sense to inspect something. Material handling means that is take from take some material from one place and put another place. And also it used in assembly operations also. Uh, that is this one is your welding robots, and this one is the Excubamate robot, which is used in firstly used in Japan, basically for used cleaning the toilets. And this one is the application in automobile sector. Here the one robot arm is used for assembling, and here is the one robot which is used for loading and unloading. And this one is the yours welding robot, which is arc welding. So in if we see the robots is used in different applications in industries. Okay. Next one is hazardous environment. Hazardous environment means the environment which is harmful for the human beings. In this environment, a human uh, cannot get into that due to the poisonous environment, a deep sea. In left side you see that is a aqua robot which is used to inspect the deep water, deep sea, and hazardous environment like boiler, cleaning the boiler, cleaning the chemical tank. This inside the boiler a human cannot enter, which is uh, hazardous and harmful to the human. So during this work, robots are used for for inspections, for cleaning the whole tank, and this is the aqua robot, and this robots is used for inspections. Next one is robots in space. As we know that in space a human cannot sustain his whole life. So there is a station is produced by the human to inspect the whole earth by the help of robotics. Next one is medical robot. As we know that the medical science is developed day by day. There is so many operations which is very tricky and very sensitive to the human. So in that case, robots are used for operations and inspection inside our body by just small cutting of the over a human body, which are basically used in microsurgery. Now it is robots are used in home also. In Japan, firstly, Sony is used produced a robot which is used for entertainment. Now the robots are used in different applications in home, like cleaning the homes, cooking, and give entertainment to human beings, and also uh, give all the household works which a human cannot get that much of time to the human to the house. Next one is military service. As we know that today the security is the main concern of a country. So some countries have not that much of population to get all the works. So in that case, they used robots, and these robots are also give more accuracy and more productivity than a human. And now the military service are used robot dogs, drones, which are used fully automatic. No humans are required in that. Just control the robot by anywhere of the place and control these machines. Now we see that after discuss all the applications, we just conclude that the robot reduce the manual efforts, and it also replace the human effort also, and it also reduce the mental efforts of a human. As we know that the population of earth is increased, so many of operations are done by the help of robots to increase the productivity and give a human little amount of mental effort and uh, different hazardous environment. To induced robot in a human environment, there is some laws are planning. There is first one is there are three laws. First law is a robot must not harm a human beings or through inaction allowed one to come to harm. First law is say that robot must not harm a human beings. As we induced robot for human only to reduce the human work. So if this condition is not satisfied, then the robot law is wrong. So first law should be the first law is the robot must not harm a human. Second law is that a robot must always obey the human beings. As we used robot as a replacement of human, so that must be obey the human beings also. If it does not obey the human beings, then it conflict the first law. First law is says that the robot must not harm a human beings. Third one is a robot must protect itself from harm unless it is in conflict with first and second law. That means a robot must protect itself. As we know that a human have that much ability to protect herself or himself. In similar case, robot also have capability to protect itself. If it not protect, then how can it obeys the human, and how can it works all the works of a human? So these three laws are obey a robot to induced or to work in the human environment. Next one is objective. What is the main motto of a to induced robot, yeah, to replace a robot in the human? First one is to increase productivity. Increase productivity in the sense to increase productivity, that means how much amount of output is obtained in a short time of period. Okay. Second one is to rise the quality level of products. If you compare a human made product and a machine made product, there is a small difference is that accuracy. In machine-made product, that product is more accurate than a human hand product. So it means the rise of the quality level of the product. Third one is to minimize the labor requirement. Where the population is less, in that countries, robots are used to minimize the labor requirement. Third one is to reduce the production line. As we know that one robot can be used in different area of application by changing its program. So in that case, we reduce the production line. Fifth one is to improve existing manufacturing process. Existing manufacturing process is that there is some sort of lines which is fixed for a specific operation. If we used robot, that can be changed, that can be some amount of flexibility in that process, and which is more appropriate for a existing process. Next one is to enhance the life of production of machine, and last one is minimize the loss of man hour on account of accident and diseases. Basically, in the hazardous environment, a human cannot enter, which is harmful for the human beings. So in that case, we use robot to do this type of works. And in that case, we minimize the accident or diseases of a human. Next one is robot parts. Yeah, robot as a system. In left side, you see the robot, which is quite similar with a human hand. This one is your base, and this is your manipulator arm. This is the end effector, and this here another part is that is drives and actuator. This one is your drive and actuator, and in that case we will see that this is your base. This is your controller, which control whole the operations, and this is the power supply. By robots is used that much of amount of power from the power source. This is your manipulator arm. These two are the manipulator arm, which is connected by joints, by elbow extensions. This one is your shoulder swivel, and this one is your gripper end effector, and this part is your sensor. Okay. In the figure, you can see that the manipulator arm, the two manipulator arm joint is connected by a joint. This one is a one link, and this one is another link, and there is a joint also. Here is you can see that this one is your manipulator arm and this one is your base. Here is another joint. Here also you see that there is another joint. This one is the joint which connect two links. Okay. In the figure, the controller have the power to control whole operations. This one is your like human brain. The human brain how operate whole body of a human. Just like that, in a robot also, controller have that much of ability to control whole the robot system. This is the working of this is the all parts of a robot, that is base, manipulator arm, as we already discussed, gripper. Gripper basically grippers are the parts which is used to hold a object to transfer from one place to another place. And the driver is the basically used for to move the manipulator arm and the end effectors. And sensor is the part which is used to sense the external environment, uh, which is used to sensing, yeah, to positioning, finding the object where the object is placed or not. Next one is your advantages. What is the main advantage of user robot? First one is robot increase productivity. As already discussed, it increases the productivity, and also it increase the safety, that is efficiency, quality, and the consistency of the product. These five are the most important things. First one is productivity and safety, efficiency, quality, and the consistency. Second one is a robot can work in hazardous environment, which is more important for a human. Third one is robot needs no environmental comfort. As a human uh, wants little amount of effort, yeah, little amount of comfort during the work, but in case of robot, there is no need of environmental comfort. Next one is robot work continuously without experiencing fatigue of problem, which is quite good for a human. As in case of, if you see in case of human, first we think after 5 to 7 hours of work, human needs some rest. But in case of robot, there is no requirement of that. So that is, so due to this, the productivity is increased. Next one is robot have repeatability, precision at all times. Then robots can much more accurate in the sense which is the whole robot is used by the program, so the accuracy rate is more than a human. The robots can, next one is robot can process multiple and time simultaneously tasks, as we already discussed in the definition, which is multifunctional. Okay, that means at a one time robot can work two to three type of work in one time of period. That due to that, the productivity rate is increased. In that we can main is, that is hazardous environment, no environmental comfort, continuous work without experiencing of fatigue, repeatable precision, more accurate, and the multi-simultaneous task. These are the main advantages of robots. Next, disadvantages of robots. First one is high initial cost, no need extra space, they need constant power, as the whole of robots is a machines, so it needs power. Without power it cannot operate, so they need constant power. They lead humans to lose their operation. Next, the perform relative few tasks, as we know that reprogrammable, that means a specific robot is used a specific purpose of work. So the area of operation for a single robot that quite minimized. Need a high skilled engineer or program to operate a robot. uh, the operator should be skilled or knowledge about the programming. Without programming, a robot cannot functioning. So the engineer or the the laborer should be skilled and have that much of knowledge. Last one is they impact human interactions, and only programmer understands its function. All peoples are not learn about the robots. only the engineer, the programmer, which is uh, which have knowledge regarding the robot, they can he functioning the robots. Other uh, levers are not known about their robots. So next class we start with the robots joints and different type of sensor. Okay, thank you.